all the distinguished participants. So you should be wondering how GHMC, whenever I go, people first wonder how he can come. Because they think that I am the most busiest person in the city, in the country also. And I attend most of the functions. One day, morning 5 o'clock, this 10K run was organized. To flag off, they called me. I went. They saw from bottom to top, I was in knickers, shorts and all that. Sir, you came? Yes, I came. Oh, how could you come, sir? You invited me as a chief guest. If there is a second chief guest, I would have avoided. Why did you invite me? No, sir, thank you for that. But do you know, sir, how much load you are bearing? Oh, yeah, I know partly. According to his perception, he said 64 countries in the world have lesser population than Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. You are heading that and you go to bed at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And if you keep attending these morning functions also, sir, you will spoil your health. And henceforth I will not, I said, because I was not aware. Now you have made me aware that 64 countries have lesser population than we. So henceforth I will not. Last August this happened. After that, morning functions before 8 o'clock I am not attending. And second, afternoon functions and all that, whenever anybody invites me, I will also say, you should be happy if I come, if you should also manage without me also, because most of our job is like unpredictable. So I gave that assurance, and today lots of things were there, and no sudden exigence is more important than this. I came. And I always find some space and way to get out of regular curriculum. That is my habit right from the university days. That was, I don't know whether it was written or not, when I was in the university, from horse riding to table tennis, and then hockey, and then badminton, and then volleyball, all games, jack of all trades, real jack of all trades, not master of anything. Because very late in the university only we started playing. Before that it was not possible. Now also regularly I play, every day morning I play. Whether I am district collector, director, I was in charge of 9 posts at one point of time. I was HOD for 9 departments where they were manned by 9 IAS officers earlier for 7 months. And then also I used to play. Why? Because when your regular curriculum or content becomes after some time monotonous. So you have to break that monotony. If you break that monotony once in 10 years you have lost. As frequently as possible, at least a minimum once I was joint collector Guntur. One of my friends who is now Nagpur commissioner, he is also veterinarian, Venkatesh. He came and he gave me one suggestion. Morning 9 o'clock onwards I am observing you. Morning 9 to night 9 o'clock you are sitting. Why are you sitting? What can I do? I am big officer. Can I stand and dance? What should I do? Is there any GO, government order, that for 12 hours you have to sit? No government order. But then why did you sit? I am either seeing files or talking to the people, taking the petitions, and all these things. Some of these things you can do standing also. When you get cell phone talk, you can do walking also. Then what is the advantage? I said, you will realize later you will have back and neck pain if you sit like this for 12 hours in your lifetime. So the break, he said, every 5-6 minutes also, if there is a required break, give the break. So monotony, it breaks. So then I started doing this. Most of the time if you come to my office, that podium will be there. Today I am not talking because it is just kept aside. If it is in the center, I would have. Not to talk. Most of the time I will be standing in my office. So all these points point towards one point, that we should not be looking monotonous. We should not be trapped by the monotony. We should not be doing same thing, however best it may be. And there have to be welcome distractions in our work. So that is the point I think. That is the reason why I also like to go sometimes here and there. And then this is also time, and if I am in the office, hundreds of people come by telephone, and they will somehow know geotagging will be there for me. So they will know and they will come and disturb me. When I do my office work, most of the time I will be in the conferences. Now 12 files I have cleared. This is my e-office. And this is the digital key. So what Sunita also spoke, I can reproduce, but this takes 110 seconds to each time, whether you are Mr. Janardhan Reddy, what is your password, this and that. Even if I approve a file, 10 seconds I apply my mind, 100 seconds it will be a process. Then most of the times when we go to meetings, like with the CS or ministers, etc., our role will be for 10% of the time, but we end up sitting there for 2 hours, 3 hours. You have to do this. And that's how, if I am in the office, I would have not done these 12 files, 10 files, I would have not cleared. Since you called me, I did my office work here. Not disturbed. All of you thinking that I am chief just listening to you. I am also sometimes. But totally I didn't. I did both. So now files are zero. Kya karenge? Now all files are. That is one thing. Second important thing is when you are recently, I read a book by Robin Sharma. You read as many books as possible written by him. Very good. Robin Sharma's books. A leader without title. So in that book, he explains about few characters he takes. So one of the characters was housekeeping of a woman in a very big hotel, star hotel. She says, she feels, she does the work as if she is the best housekeeper in the world. And she feels like a queen. And then who will prevent her? Is there any government order not to put ceiling to her feeling? It's not. So she feels. Why she feels? She says, whichever president come, prime minister come to this hotel, they remember me. Presidents and prime ministers work for 5 years mostly. So in between also sometimes impeach. But after that also they keep talking to me. Why? Because she does some extra things. And because she compares an imaginary comparison, visualization, that if there is the best housekeeper in the world, what she would have done when a guest comes. She does. And she feels, and she gives herself the title. This is not the MD of hotel. She is not the owner of the hotel. She is not the CEO of the hotel. She is only the housekeeper for one wing or so. And she thinks that I am the best. So that's what one of you have also written, what Martin Luther King said. Martin Luther King I have seen, but he said many things. What he has written here I also know. Oh, it is on to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. This man has said many things, but what I remember is, if you are a street sweeper, sweep streets so well that angels passing over should pause for a minute and say, what a great street sweeper lived here. Yeah. And if you are a poet, be like a Shakespeare. And if you are a musician, be like a Beethoven. So if you are a teacher, be like Radhakrishna. Isn't it? Claps. So most of the times this teaching is a very, very pleasurable job. Listening is very miserable job. And working is a miserable job, and attending conference is a pleasurable job. So you are doing both. Now you are attending a conference, you will be free, feel that you are on cloud 9. You are the best in the world. You did a lot of these relations and all that. But whenever you go for training is a must. It is not my wording. Professor Pattabiram, who is a psychologist, hypnotist and is administrator retired, is my good friend also. He says, by training, even a dog can be tamed. Earlier I didn't have pet. Recently we had a pet and it salutes. After training, initially it was so disobedient. But when one police constable is there, I handed over to him. Somehow what he did, I do not know. Now it is training. So training and proper framework. And then you should also be willing to learn. Otherwise, the best hypnotist in the world also will not hypnotize you if you are unwilling to get hypnotized. So similarly, for a training also, training, then nothing is there in the world also. What is there in the world? Nothing. If you don't have that interest and enthusiasm, the world also looks very monotonic and then stereotype. So when it's a wonderful, that's why many of these organizations now in the private, every month, 2 months or 3 months, 6 months, etc., 1 year, compulsorily they will have a retreat. So retreat is basically to learn certain things and also to unlearn certain things. We may have to unlearn many times. Better we unlearn. So which you were thinking the best, now 360 degree they said. You would have also been better than him, but they would have not captured you. Don't worry about that. So those who are not given best award, you should think that you are not captured. Next time you will better luck. But you have to learn. Everywhere you can learn something. So in fact, once I had been to US, I had written 101 learnings from US. Number one is, whenever you see a stranger, smile, wish. Wish you odayadana. Even if you are a colleague, we think that whether she should wish you first, you should wish you first. Whether she is junior to you or senior to you. Whether she or he wore costly garments or less. Or you are senior, or your age-wise you are senior, cost-wise, money-wise, all these things we see. Whoever first sees, say hello bhai. One way of living together and not having any ego when we are working in this sort of environment is that. So when you come to this type of trainings, you should learn that definitely. And since teachers, I didn't like to be a teacher, purely teacher, because administrator also is a teacher. Mostly we talk, motivate, talk, communicate, inspire, and document, and then monitor people. It is also a teacher job only. But teacher, but you are working. So mere teacher I didn't like, because in our university when we were there, somehow it's okay. If somebody likes teacher, somebody wants to be a student, somebody wants to be a driver, that is okay. I did not want to be teacher, because most of the teachers which were, they are all good, but I thought there was scope to improve. Only one teacher I remember from university, agriculture university, in undergraduation is Professor Padmavati. Why? She used to remember the names of all the classmates and all the seniors, all the juniors. And she would recall, in 1978, that Parthasarathi was best, because she is like, we thought that she would also refer our name. We were trying to be best in her class. And she will remember, even today, she telephones now and then, "Arey, Mr. Janardhan Reddy, you have become very big here, you are not talking to me." Not because I became bigger, madam, because I am become inaccessible. And after 1 year working as GHMC commissioner, my wife also one day fought with me. You may think wife will fight every day, why one day, sir? One day she seriously fought. The content was, see, last 1 year, did you ever talk to me on telephone? I said, "Arey, why should I talk to you on telephone? Every day I am coming home. You come home at 12 o'clock, leave at 5 o'clock. Then when do you talk?" So I told this to my professor also. But anyhow, she only talks now. In other jobs I used to talk to her. The professor, because sometimes I will be in meeting, then I will understand that this is from professor I lift. So why are you not talking for last 6 months, 1 year, she says, even now also. So why I remember her? Because of that. And second, when I was doing post-graduation in extension, which is not liked by many, and liked by me. Because I like the extension is way more important than studying ourselves. You study, you get 100 PhDs, but don't extend knowledge waste. Don't study anything, but you extend whatever you have, it is better. I fully believe that. Somehow I liked that subject, and I joined. Professor M.N. Reddy, who was also in Manage, he one day called. He inspires many people. After the seminar, "Arey, Dr. Reddy, I have seen many students like you. You are far, far, far better than many of the IAS officers. You don't, if you have an aptitude to go into the administrative service, better try that." And seriously, I was influenced by his statement, because I can't compare with many people because I have not seen. He has compared with many people because he has seen. So I believed him, and I studied, and within first attempt only I got 3rd rank out of 2.5 lakh people when 75 posts were. What a teacher can do, I am telling you, what a teacher, this is all role, but he is not getting some increment when I am getting, he is not getting some name when I am getting, he is not growing tall when I am going tall. But as a teacher, he did that also. It is not his duty, it is extracurricular duty. So in academic institutions, you have to yourself concentrate more on culture, more on activities, more on seminars, and more on outgoing activities, etc. And also encourage the students to be like that. And one point which is missing in my CV, should note down and update it. I have visited at least 1,000 schools. I have studied in only one school, because there was no opportunity to go to many schools, from 1st class to 10th class. In only one school I studied. But later on, as an administrator, more than 1,000 schools I visited. Wherever I go, at least for 10 minutes I spend some time with whichever district, whichever state, whichever country. I somehow spend some time with the children, because I was guided by Dr. Abdul Kalam. Guided name, true inspiration from Dr. Abdul Kalam, that if you have time, better to spend time with the children. He said, invest in children, but it reverse happened. I got inspired whenever I went to a school. Invariably, I would get charged for that whole day. Only one day. That's why next day also I will go. So that's why I ended up going to children and schools every day. And people were asking, sir, district education officer never would have visited as many schools as district collector visited. I said, not only this district education officer, all district education officer put together in last 20 years would have not visited as many schools as I have visited. So point is, when it is an opportunity to interact with the students, but students, then one point I used to tell, wherever I went, in my school also when I studied, I was always topper and I was pampered, I was respected. When I didn't get my tiffin box, teacher will call. Some teacher would notice in the afternoon lunch, why you are playing when everybody is eating? Today I didn't get. She would share a tiffin with me. So why I was liked and loved by my teacher so much? And why not somebody who was also beaten up? So he was always beaten up. Then I think it's unfair. There is inequity in treatment. One day I was in 8th class. My teacher Premalata was correcting the whatever we had written, evaluating the answer script. She has put 81 marks to Mr. 1 Ashok Kumar. Then later, she thought Ashok Kumar's handwriting is similar to mine. And she thought that it is my handwriting. Liberally she gave marks. Later on again another paper came. She saw Janardhan Reddy. Arey, isse pehle Janardhan Reddy ka ho gaya. She was correcting in the classroom only. We were all sitting like that. So you read another, I am correcting today. She was correcting. And she said, she took out that paper. Arey, how can I give 81 to Ashok Kumar and 71 kar diya usko? Then I thought she is telling also. I thought it is Janardhan's paper. Arey Ashok, why do you mimic him? Exactly your writing is like Janardhan Reddy only. This is unfair, and then she reduced his mark and put. So sometimes knowing there unknowingly, those who don't get marks also have to be identified. They are good in what? Somebody may be good in sports, somebody may be good in relations, somebody may be good in communication, somebody may be good in culture, somebody in whatever. So better some participatory mechanism should be there. Those who don't speak should not be left out. In the administration also mostly I did do that. The MEPMA which I started in the country, Mission for Elimination of Poverty in Municipal Areas, for which I got award from President also, is reach the unreached, listen to the voiceless. Similarly in a classroom, you could do wonders. You can motivate people by reaching all somehow, by not ill-treating anybody, by giving a feeling of equal treatment to all. All are not equally intelligent, or all are equally not handsome. Nevertheless, all have to be treated equally. That somehow you develop, that keeps them moving in the life, and they contribute maximum in their life, irrespective of their color, creed, region, religion, background, etc., gender. So somehow they should find something interesting in the school. In one of the schools that I visited in 1,000 schools, I asked children, what do you like the most? They were perplexed. Then one I said, I gave the option, teacher, classroom, books, sports, friends, home, relatives. All of them said teacher, because teacher was here. Then I requested teacher, can you please go out? So teacher went out. And I asked them, why now we don't tell, because other students will tell, if you don't tell the teacher is the best. You write and give me. What do you like the first? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number. All of them invariably write playing. When teacher was there, their children also are diplomats. So like Kalpana is sitting, we will all say she is the best. So they wrote playing. So then they wrote sports ground, next. 3rd class friends, 4th books, 5th teacher. So everybody likes to be like that. So give them participatory feeling, and even if somebody is not very good in academics, but if somebody is trying, somebody is regularly comes to the school or college, they have to be given the best award, because they are trying but they are not reaching 100. So point is that, so everybody should be part of some committee. That's what I am saying in the schools and colleges, to break the monotony, your monotony and students' monotony. So monotony kills people. Stone is a monotonous stereotyping, tree is a monotonous stereotyping, crop is a monotonous stereotyping. Of course, it also changes metamorphosis from seed to again seed. But we are human beings now, and living beings, and we have to be very dynamic, and most of the times, Shalya Saradyam, This Shelludu, Karna is such a powerful barrier. And this Shelludu, whatever who is ever there, he puts all negative things into his mind. And his capacity, enhanced Nevata, capacity, always he is discouraged. So the thought and the look and the treatment and the feeling and the relation that you hold in the respective, because if you are there in your university, forever you will be there mostly 20-30 years. You have a senior, you have a junior, you have colleagues, etc. And these people make or mar your psychological life. In few, Winston Churchill may say, Sunita may say, or anybody may say, but nobody can hurt you without your permission. But without our permission, many people hurt. By the time we realize, they would have already hurt us. So we should not create an environment in an academic situation where people should not feel that they are not great, and they should not be with hurt feelings. So when I was a student, I did not want to become teacher because I did not pursue lot of variety and flexibility and creativity in this as I pursued. But in the retrospect, if I am a teacher also, I would have been the best teacher. I am telling you. I had an option not to be a teacher, then I did. But most of the times we can do that. And my point is then a leader without title. The book says, so you may not be the managing director, you may not be the professor and head. And many people are not heads. You have to think that we are head to that subject. So that's why when you are assistant professor also, you are the head of that subject in the world. And you are associate also like that, professor also like that. Create space for yourself, be contented with that. In that space and role, what you have to do it the maximum. That's it. And at the end of your day, whether what was my potential, did I do that much? Whether in teaching, whether in communicating, whether in relating, whether in motivation, whether in inspiring people, and whether bringing together people, etc. What were your goals? And every day, every week, and wherever you go, add value. For example, when I talk, I have to add some value. I have to listen, I have to some value. If I am doing some, I am playing some game, add value, because you laugh and make people laugh. Then also while playing also, by losing, by winning also, you are making others happy, wherever. So add value, whether you are to your children or colleagues or your superiors or the rest of the society, whatever you are doing. Whether you are a teacher, professor, you can do this now. Instead of living ourselves in a cocoon and a shell, and then somebody should come, break that cocoon, give you Nobel Prize. Not possible. So the other day I saw Sachin, the greatest Bharataratna. Sachin in the cinema this now, whatever they do, there is nothing more than cricket. They could not put anything in 1.5 hour cinema, nothing is more than cricket. Everything is cricket only, because from childhood till now, he only played cricket. And if you play now and then, you cannot become a master like that. That's okay, but he loved that, and within that he created world history, inspired so many people and all that. So then I request you to small things, but be a leader without title. And power without power is the most powerful thing. If you have power, many will accuse you that you were supposed to do that, you didn't do this. Even if you are a sarpanch, if you are an MLA, if you are a Tahsildar, you are a collector. Bahut sara. One of our, from this university only, one day, our deputy commissioner and zonal commissioners, what did they do? Last year government, 14.5 lakh households we have in Hyderabad. Government waived off tax, property tax for almost 5.5 lakh. And when 14.5 lakh people paid, it was 1100 crores, 10,075. When government 1/3 reduced, waived also, we crossed 1200 crores. Is it an achievement or not? With 2/3 of the population and increasing your tax base is an achievement. Then I gave some appreciation to all our deputy commissioner, zonal commissioner, etc. It was put on the Facebook. Somebody put it on the Facebook. One of alma mater of this university only, he sent, he wrote that GHMC means it is like housewife, local body. Housewife generally never gets appreciation, either from the children or from the spouse or from the in-laws. Yesterday night between 11 and 12, I was watching Sonia Gandhi's interview. She said mother-in-laws are anywhere mother-in-law in the world. I thought only mother-in-law will be like that in India. She said everywhere there will be like that. In some contest she told. So housewife is not appreciated. Similarly, municipal commissioner also will not be appreciated. Whenever there is a scope to appreciate, we should appreciate others at least. All my officers work well. Then he wrote in the Facebook, "Sir, please stop band, Baja and Bharat." Where is the band? Where is, I thought it is a अच्छा rhythmic. Where from he got? Then it is a movie. My son said, "Arey, it is a movie." I thought he invented. I should appreciate him. Even if he is talking negative, अच्छा है band, Baja, Bharat. अभी हम भी use करेंगे. So stop band, Baja, Bharat and ask your people to work. I have given this complaint to kill so many mosquitoes so many days. He has not killed. Like that is something is said. So very rarely people will give you appreciation and all that. So do that. And power, then power without power. And as a teacher you don't have power. Swami what is it? No, not. Vinoba Bhave. Swami Vinoba Bhave could ensure distribution of 48 lakh hectares of land under Bhudan movement. And Government of India and states had a land sealing act. They could not distribute more than 42 lakh hectares with all the power they had. Police, sealing case, tribunal, land grabbing, all these things. And half of it unfit, half of it in litigation. And when Swami Vinoba gave, everything is fit. It is useful. So always I tell with what power he did this. Those who don't have a real power like a police to fire and kill people, they have more power. If you have power, you can't use power many a time. Others will try to use power on you or you will misuse and abuse. So don't feel that you are powerless, and all of us have. Like if you are chosen, enjoy it. Not chosen, still enjoy it. And then contribute and radiate happiness, pleasure, and contribute wherever it is possible. Communicate. Create a positive world. Thank you.